Okay, let's go ahead and move on to this Rob and Chyna news. Kim and Kylie, Kourtney, and Jordyn Woods. Let's kick it off with this Rob and Chyna news, you guys. There's a lot happening. So first and foremost, new report from Radar Online. Chyna is reportedly asking for Rob's assault and battery lawsuit against her to be dropped. Her attorney filed new documents this week, so this is where all of this information is coming from. The suit was originally filed back in September of 2017 by Rob and Kylie. Kylie has dropped out because she didn't want to sit and testify in a deposition. So now it's just Rob. To refresh your memory, in this suit, Rob claims that Chyna physically assaulted him while they were living together in Kylie's rental home. Now, some of the abuse detailed in the documents is Chyna ripping Rob's shirt, pointing a gun at him, beating him with a metal pole, and strangling him with an iPhone cord. Very serious stuff. Rob claims Chyna was intoxicated during the majority of these incidents. Rob was initially asking Chyna to pay for property damage as well as security costs and pain and suffering. He's since dropped his claim for property damage and security, so now he only wants a payout for the pain and suffering. But Chyna's attorney states this is a bogus lawsuit and that Chyna has submitted evidence to the court proving she never committed assault and battery and that the case should be thrown out.
I have a question, Madison. There are two things, and I'm not like knowing anything about the police or security or cases or judges or anything like that. But the first thing I would ask for is everyone be drug tested and phone records.
Right.
Y'all ain't
Which
do that?
Rob, with the custody case, does want drug testing to be implemented. I don't know what evidence Chyna has submitted to prove that this didn't happen, especially all of these years later.
Why now?
I don't know why now she wants this to be, ended, put the kibosh on it, be thrown out. I feel like it's a little late. It's been going on already for 3 years. I don't think Rob's gonna let this one go in particular. Little more information, you guys. So this was coming from one of Rob's depositions. He admitted that he did want to work things out with Chyna even after all of that, even after all of those assault claims, and have more children with her. He's on record saying, quote, "I only want a child with one woman. So I wanted to give this woman a chance." He continued saying, quote, "But it just never reconciled. It just got worse. Everything got worse." He also expressed his sadness over how their falling out will affect dreams, saying, quote, "I just felt sad for my baby. Yeah, I just felt sad for my baby."
Okay, Rob could say that he wanted to work it out. That don't mean Chyna ain't beat his ass.
Right, that's how I feel too.
I'm like, I hear what you just told us, Madison.
I'm like, again, this just makes me feel for Rob even more.
Yeah.
Because it tells me that even after all of the turmoil and toxicity they went through, he still wanted to work it out with her. But let's move on and talk about Kim and Kylie because Kim did the Daily Mail report. She reached 160 million Instagram followers, but she still is behind Kylie. Kylie is beating her out by 162 million, and we know that this really actually does bother Kim because she admitted it in that makeup video with her and Kylie.
Oh, an almost victory to Kim.
Almost victory. Maybe one day.
Kylie, I feel like, does social media in her sleep. So it's like, sometimes with certain things, you either have it or you don't.
And I also just don't feel bad for either of them because they both make way too much money for posting on Instagram. Okay, let's move on and talk about Kourtney, you guys. New report from People magazine regarding her and keeping up with the Kardashians. She is apparently going to continue to slack on her filming commitments. The source said Kourtney wants to, quote, "limit the public exposure of her kids." Of course, she's blaming them.
Okay.
Which, of course, means less filming for her, which makes her happy. The insider went on to say, quote, "As Kourtney and Scott's kids get older, especially Kourtney feels that public exposure is not beneficial to the kids. This is due to the fact that they are reportedly already getting trolled and people post nasty comments about them. And while they're too young to read them now, Kourtney worries about the day when they get old enough that they can and will read the comments." She feels, quote, "more and more protective over her kids." To me, if she was worried about her kids getting trolled or worried about them being too exposed to the public, then why the hell do you post them on your social media? Why the hell did you let them be on Keeping Up with the Kardashians in the first place? Mason was doing interviews this season. So if you were that concerned about it, why did you just stop it from the beginning? Why did they ever appear at all?
Because she's tired of the public saying that she's boring and unlikable and she should just leave the show and call it a day.
Maybe if Chris feels like her grandchildren could suffer in some way, this would be the only reason why she would let Kourtney probably take a step back.
Kids gonna get dragged regardless because people don't like you.
Exactly,
So.
and the moment you post them on your Instagram, let's say Mason didn't even have a TikTok, just putting them on your Instagram opens it up for people to comment on them. And
Yes,
I'm not
ma'am.
saying that's right, because I know people have also said things about True and all these things. It's not right, but unfortunately, that's the world we live in. That's
Yeah.
social media. It makes everyone feel like they are entitled to their wrong opinion sometimes.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is what it is. And I feel like either way, they're always going to be public figures, so you might as well start teaching them how to deal with it. Okay, let's move on and talk about Jordyn Woods, you guys. So she recently sat down with Forbes and talked about how she found her inner peace with herself. She started off saying that when everything happened to her, she had a reality check of what really matters in her life. She went on to say, quote, "I learned that if you can find peace within yourself, you don't need validation from anything or anyone. It really is about being content with who you are when you go to sleep at night. That is true success to me."
Jordyn, we have heard this 50,000 times. We get it. We get it. Now what? Can you come out with a swimsuit line? Can you come out with a charity? Can you come out with a reality show? Can you do something? Or rather, let's not place the blame on Jordyn. Interviewers, media, Jordyn has a story, I'm sure. Can she tell it? Can you stop asking her about Khloe and the family?
I want her to come up with something new. I agree with you.
I
I just
would-
feel like we need something new. We need something that completely separates her, makes us forget about everything, and just continue on this path of kind of evolving and being better off after everything.
How about this, Madison? Instead of asking Jordyn how she found inner peace with herself, how about asking Jordyn, how do you choose a friend?
Thanks so much for checking out our video. If you like what you saw, please give it a share and a thumbs up. After that, feel free to check out any of our other videos, shop our Hollyscoop store, subscribe, and click that notification bell.